Sakuta Azusagawa was meeting friends outside the gates of Katase Enoshima Station. It was the last Sunday in October, the 30th, and the time was just before noon. The sky above was beautifully clear, the sunlight warm. Perfect day for an outing. The recently remodeled station elegantly welcomed throngs of tourists to the ocean's depths. A striking arched gate, elaborate decorations, and tanks of jellyfish supplied by the new Enoshima Aquarium. These fixtures made it seem even more like the fabled Dragon Palace. Next to Sakuta, Yuma Kunimi was muttering, "This place sure has changed." Sakuta thought Yuma had changed far more dramatically. Back from 6 months of firefighter training, Yuma had noticeably bulked up. Even when he was fully dressed, it was clear how ripped those arms and chest were. He'd cut his hair short, and even his face in profile looked way more grown up than the last time they'd met. Was that what happened once you entered the workforce? Firefighters save lives, and maybe that responsibility fostered a newfound maturity. The time they'd been apart had made him positively virile. "Kunimi," Sakuta said, his tone the same as it had been in every one of their high school conversations. Yuma glanced his way. "Do you like miniskirt Santas?" "I wouldn't say that." He didn't even sound curious. His eyes went right back to the station building. "Then do you love them?" "Absolutely," Yuma nodded for emphasis. He might look like he'd grown up, but he was still willing to play along with the dumbest jokes. If an attractive miniskirt Santa came strolling along here, what would you do? "I'd do a double take." "Same." "Then stare real hard." The banter came as naturally as breathing, and they both laughed, until a new voice interrupted. "How long is this degeneracy gonna last?" Sakuta and Yuma both spun around. The last to arrive, Ryu Futaba, looking thoroughly disgusted. She wore a loose-fitting basic tunic and slacks that stopped just above her ankles. On her feet were a pair of casual short boots, which must have had rather thick soles. She seemed taller than usual. Lately, she'd been wearing contacts, but today, she was back to her glasses. But why did she show up behind them instead of coming through the station gates? Before Sakuta could ask, she shrugged. "I got here early, so I walked around a bit." "It's been too long, Futaba." "Same, Kunimi." "Let's catch up once we sit down." "The shop will be packed by noon," Sakuta said. They headed toward the water.